let's shift then. Let's shift into AI's impact on teaming, because that is, when somebody actually realizes, okay, it's not a little book of business anymore, it's an actual business, and there's HR dynamics. What have you seen from an HR perspective where AI can play a role?
Well, maybe not so much from the HR perspective, but from the process perspective. Because when you go from solo, right, when you go from something that's small, tight team, limited number of people, right, it's easy to manage. It's easier to manage the culture. It's easier to manage the processes. But once you start layering on team, right, to get additional capabilities, right, the phrase that I've been using with those teams is you have to fall in love with process. Right? You have to fall in love with process because as your team gets larger, right, you're now passing work between more people potentially. And process is the best defense against complexity. Right? Anything in any field that needs to be done well, needs to be done right when jobs and lives are on the line, whether we're talking about the military, whether we're talking about the medical field, whatever it is, you will find process. Right? You will find checklists, organization, process, because it is the best defense against complexity and keeping quality at the level that it needs to be at. So when I was thinking about the obstacles for teams, the 3 words that I wrote down were process, right? Number 2, culture, because now as our organization is growing, we got to make sure that we protect the culture, because there's nothing worse than having somebody on a team that's not the right fit. And then the 3rd term that I wrote down was communication. Right? Those are the hot button issues for teams that are growing. And you could say that process and culture and organizational structure, those can all overlap to a certain degree. But in terms of where AI plays a role, you again just ask, what are the biggest challenges? So communication, right? An AI-enabled CRM that can pass tasks back and forth, that can be intuitive, insightful. When you think about process, you think about tools like Tango and Scribe that can help you document and organize processes. You think about tools like your GPTs, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, etc. You want to create an organizational chart, workflows, etc. Just dive in there and as you know, right, give it a great prompt, and I'll let you share your prompt framework. Give it a great prompt, and you can increase the probability that you will get higher quality output with what it is that you're trying to generate.
Well, it's funny. I'm looking at my notes, and I wrote down, from a leadership perspective, as you're embracing the concept of teaming, and then where that can take somebody, is creating a culture of process and communication. So we're completely in sync. Some people resist that because they feel it's too confining, but in actuality, it's liberating because nobody's winging it. Nobody's left to their own devices. But, from a culture on teaming, so it's incredible. I talked to an advisor who brought on a protege who had some really high skill sets, but was flailing a little bit on his own. So they said, okay, let's come together. And the lead advisor said, you're not viable on your own with what you've got, but you've got a little vein of gold here. But then the lead advisor said, we need you to be a rainmaker. So he set this person out to do cold calling, spray and pray. And you can imagine how that went. And I said to the lead, I said, you would be much better off and everybody would be much happier if you would just empower your protege to stir the pot and talk at a minimum to the 80% of your clients who are probably neglected.